Good morning, welcome. I'm very pleased that you're all here in person. We have a day of presentations, demos and posters. As you all hopefully know, we've been focusing on trusted data-driven products. And as a reminder to the advisory board members, as part of this, we've been addressing 3 different challenges. There's the hybrid challenge, which is about exploring different technologies and concepts that allow us to link physical and digital components together into novel hybrid products. There's the social challenge, which involves designing for and by groups of users so that more complex entwined social data can be used to create new products that operate in complex social settings. And then we've got the trusted challenge, which has involved embedding principles of responsible research and innovation in our work, ensuring that products are designed to operate by default as being trusted by consumers, and engaging users in all stages of our processes.
So we were asking ourselves as a group and the wider community how we can go about enriching the social experience of online festivals, because it turns out online festivals, certainly at the beginning of the pandemic, were a bit disappointing. There was a great deal of watching of videos and not a great deal of anything else. And in fact, I'll get into a minute where we tried making an online festival to see how it was. We wanted to think about placefulness. So festivals typically take place in a place, and we wanted to see if we could create an experience that felt like you were in a place rather than sitting in your living room.
The AIM project, Adaptive Interactive Movies, and I worked with quite a few different researchers and PhD students for this project. I'm got a filmmaker background, filmmaker artist, and I've been making interactive films for a number of years. And one of the things that I've been using is brain-computer interfaces, which are quite niche devices. And what I've been looking at for this project is how can we make adaptive movies that anyone can interact with that don't need specialised equipment. So looking at front-facing cameras on laptops, machine learning models to see what people are reacting to and change the movie that way.
I graduated the Horizon CDT earlier this year, and I'm now working as a research associate on a couple of projects. Openal Sensors, which just finished, and then at Failsafe as well, which I'm going to talk about now. The idea of Failsafe is we want to look at potential humours in human-robot interaction, particularly in the domestic sphere.
What is responsible innovation? Well, hopefully, you may have picked that up by now. To quote ourselves, there are many definitions, but here's one of them. It's really about thinking about the work we do in a much larger context, the biggest possible context, the big picture around what we do. Responsible innovation is at least partly an attitude. Some people would say it was a whole kind of lifestyle decision, but it's about kind of seeing the bigger picture and potential consequences beyond the direct things that we're perhaps conscious of being paid for. One way that we've tried to sort of operationalise that support is to produce a set of cards which are grounded in the EPSRC's sort of Area 4P's model of responsible innovation, but they're depending. You can use them in lots of different ways. A little bit like a crib sheet, they're a little bit like a checklist. They're a little bit like a set of provocations. But the great thing about them is there are only 16 cards, and as time has passed, we've then added a load of sort of supplementary cards, but they really just sit around the edge and provide you with some scaffolding if you want to use them independently. And we're continuing to do the more sort of servicey support stuff, so helping, for example, with the Horizon CDT, the PhD programme, various members of the team doing sort of one-off or a series of activities with the specific projects. We've been involved in things like the sand pits that establish the projects and helping to provide input right from the proposal development stage.
So my name is Neelima. I'm also one of the tabs at the School of Computer Science. I also was a Horizon CDT student, and my work is mostly around, again, responsible innovation, but focusing on social acceptability. That was most of my past work, and now mostly on sustainable technology and sustainability. mostly around cutting edge technology, so AI, IoT, things like that.
Hello, my name is Helena Webb and I've been at SAP for about 2.5 years now. I actually did my PhD at Nottingham but not in Horizon. I'm a social scientist by training, so I did my PhD at Nottingham, went to work in a couple of other places for a postdoc, then came back to Nottingham. So the projects that I do are all about the social impacts of computing in one way or another and bringing in a lot of dimensions of responsible innovation.
We've basically had 6 tabs at every department of Horizon. We've now instituted it in, we did it in the Trustworthy Autonomous Systems now. We've now done it in Responsible AI UK, we've got 4 of them. And as Holly has said, it got extended to the rest of the school. That's partly what the TAPs are about, is getting folks in and then giving them the space to actually grow this.
I got the opportunity to take part in these agile workshops where we co-create projects and really see what multidisciplinary projects actually look like.
When we wrote the proposal, it seemed like an interesting and a coherent idea to try and create some sort of digital storytelling voice assistant that would be helpful in kind of storytelling and active play. One of the challenges we had in this project was finding practical events that we could work with. And so what we ended up doing was the primary partnership scheme from the Playhouse have a thing where they'll go into schools and they'll do a week of workshops. So that's essentially what we did. We did a week of workshops in Middleton Primary School and we were around creating together or elaborating together a non-linear story, and then created a sort of a take-home product, a sort of simple web app, with the idea then that they'd want to show it off to their parents, and that would do the sort of bridging into the home setting.
I'm going to just talk a little bit about RAI. What is RAI UK? It's a 5-year program that runs and that has basically been running since May. It is kind of deliberately timed in a way to segue on from TAS, the Trustworthy Autonomous Systems program that many of you know about and many of you have been part of as well. And of course, AI is big news this year. RAI is part of this big investment that is happening in AI in the UK, but also worldwide. And it's a 31 million program. We have a vision, we have a mission, we have all of those good things. This is about trustworthy AI in everyday life, and a lot of the terminology sounds familiar to you because a lot of this is, of course, based on Horizon and all the good kind of lessons we learned from Horizon in terms of how we work.